Good morning, Captain John here with Hooked Up Charters and Cedar Marina 2. Today we're going to go over a little recipe of mine, grilled grouper and veggies. It's kind of simple. We've done a little preparing already. As you can see, the veggies I've chose today, I've just used frozen gumbo mix. Different mixed vegetables. I've cut up potatoes, onions, and little baby carrots. That's kind of my favorite. Anybody can use whatever your likings are. There's no set rhyme to that. I've poured. My favorite seasoning that I like to use is Cavender's Greek seasoning, and that's what I put some seasoning over the veggies. I've also got a little bit of olive oil in there. Some people like butter, and that's fine too. I will also put, I haven't done it yet, but we will put, I can show you now, you always want some water in there, and you will get enough water in there to about maybe a ½ inch, so it'll help steam the veggies for you. If you just pour it in the corner, that way you won't wash off all your seasoning. And I kind of look and see how deep it is in the pan, because the veggies will hide it on you, and I think I got that right. We have grouper here, fillets. I have cut them up in not huge chunks, but that way it's easier when I put them on the grill that they don't fall apart on me. What I like to do with all my fish, I make up I've just used an old jug here, but I have a little marinade that is a mixture of soy, Worcestershire sauce, vinegar, and those are even parts, lemon juice, and Tabasco. Now Tabasco is not as even parts as the other, so and the thing to remember about this, and you'll watch when we pour it on there, we're just going to pour it in there about just enough to fill the bottom of the base. I'm going to keep flipping them, and you never want to do this any more than 2 minutes. And the reason why, because I made a mistake one time and leaving it too long and it tasted like the vinegar, and we don't want to do that. And we're just going to kind of move it around a little bit. The neat thing what this will do, it's not maybe so important for a grouper style fish, but there are a lot of fishes like mackerel, maybe amberjack, some other stronger tasting fish that maybe you don't like, or maybe a spouse is not real fond of. This will abstract any of that heavy fishy taste out of there for you. And I have physically seen it make the non-fish eater love fish. And if you can actually, I don't know if you noticed, you see how dark it is in the jug? And look at it now, it's starting to turn color. And the reason why that is, it's getting lighter. It's taking any kind of fishiness and oils that would be strong tasting out of that fish. And you can actually see that happening. And you'll also notice that your fish, the fillets, if they start to turn a little dark on you, you know you're about out of time as far as keeping it in there. And we are about there. So now my next step would be, I'm going to rinse them off. I know it sounds funny. You think, oh, well, why would you drain your marinade off? Again, back to, we don't want that strong vinegar taste. We're not trying to steal the taste out of the fish. We're just trying to take what we don't want. We'll position these back to where we kind of had them. We're cooking for our crew today, so we got quite a bit. You might not always need this much. We're just cooking kind of big today. We got a hungry crew, and will make everybody happy. My next step is, I'm a big fan of olive oil. Healthy for you, and it gives a good taste to the fish. I just pour it on my hand and just kind of rub it in each fillet. You don't have to worry about being too much. I don't think you're going to hurt that way. Now, we're going to do one of our most important recipes. I've created some seasoning of mine over the years, and we're labeled with Captain John's Fish Rub. It does have in our containers little holes. We can use those to sprinkle on if you'd like. I'm a big fan of just pouring it in my hand. And I like to take it and just kind of put it where I like it. Some people like it really spicy. These are kind of spicy seasonings. You can put it on as thick or as thin as you'd like. It's up to each individual's likings. Anybody who goes out and catches grouper knows it's tough to do them, so we got to get this right. And even if you put too much on there and you didn't like it, it can be scraped off. Don't worry about using too much, we got plenty. And you'll notice as you do this, it'll start soaking in, and that's kind of what we want to do. We want it to soak into the meat for us. And what we're going to do now, I would suggest that we, after we have this on here, just let this kind of soak in and marinate, if you will, at least 10 minutes before we do anything else. So at this point, we're at a standstill. We're going to let this soak, and we'll get right back to you. Okay, we're back to round 2, I guess. We've pre-warmed our grill. We've cleaned it, and earlier our vegetables that we had in our pan, we have now sealed them with tin foil on top. The cooking process at this point is basically about 30 minutes. Obviously the vegetables take a little longer to cook than the fish, so we want to put those on the grill first so that they continue to steam cook in there, and that's going to be about 10 minutes before we place any fish on there. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Got our grill nice and hot. We're going to just place it in the middle like that for right now, and we're going to close the shop up. And we're going to let this cook for about another 10 minutes. Then we're going to place our fish on the grill, and we'll let that cook for about 5-7 minutes on there. Then we will lift up the tin foil, and you'll see that process when we come back. Meanwhile, I forgot to mention earlier about the seasonings and the recipes. Feel free to please join us on our website, which is cedarkeymarina.net. And we have a new monthly newsletter, and you're more than welcome to join that. We will automatically send you updated information. and you can get any tips that you'd like from us. Our fish rub we have it for sale here at the shop. We can send it to you. If you have any questions and it's easier, you can feel free to call us at 352-543-6148, and we'll be back. Okay, now we're back for round 3. Our vegetables have been cooking in about 8 minutes now, and we're going to lift up our grill. We use some olive oil pan, kind of so our fish don't stick to the grill part. Spray it on there. We have to move this over. And here's our fillets that we've been having marinate in our seasoning and olive oil. We're going to place them on top of the grill. I don't know about you folks, but I'm already getting hungry. Again, as you can notice, we are cooking a lot today. We've got a hungry crew, so you don't be alarmed. You don't have to cook this much at one time. Most of us don't. And we run out of top grill space, so I'm going to have to watch this so I don't overcook those. And the trick to this right now is to getting some grilled flavor in our fish. We're going to button it down. We're going to let this cook for about another 5 to 7 minutes, something of that nature, to get some substance to it. When we come back, we will lift up our tinfoil and we will place our fillets on top of the veggies, button it back down, let it steam cook the rest of the way, and all those vegetables and the aroma will just all come together, and we'll see that when we come back. Okay, we're back for round 4. Our fish has been cooking on top of the racks, kind of getting basically semi-cooked, grill flavor in it. We are now going to be very careful because it's very hot. The steam will get you if you're not careful. See, and there's what our veggies have been looking like. Steam cooking for us. Just lift this up a little bit and just start taking your fish off gently as you can and placing them on top of your vegetables. As you can see, you can actually, you can feel the fish, the substance that it's already, this fish could be eaten at the moment. I just like to cook it as long as I can get away with to give it that grill flavor. Go. As you can see, now we got our fish fillets on top of our veggies. See that? And we're going to cramp it back down and let it cook for about another 5 to 8 minutes, steam cooking. Get the fish nice and juicy. Another thing to mention, that as we're cooking in this manner, our kitchen is already clean. We really haven't made a mess. All of our substance is out here. When we come back, you'll notice we'll show you the finished product, and it's as easy as taking a spatula, scooping in to get your vegetables and a fillet of fish, and placing it on a plate. When we're all finished with everything, we just crumble that aluminum pan back together. Everybody's happy. No mess. Everybody's full. We'll see you in round 5. Okay, we're back for round 5. Our dish is complete. I'll show you this again and again. Please be careful. As soon as you take the tinfoil off, steam is going to come out and it's very hot. As you can see, that's what our finished dish looks like. The neat thing about, again, like I say, the no mess, we just take a spatula, got a person's plate, you scoop some vegetables and your fish on one shot. When everybody's full and everything's done, you crumble that up and throw it away, and there's no mess to tend with inside. We're all cleaned up in the kitchen. We thank you for coming with us today. Also, I'd like to mention, if again, this grouper came off of my charter boat, Hooked Up Charters. Feel free to visit my site at hookedupcharters.us and book a charter, and we'll glad you to take you out and catch your own grouper. And nothing better than catching your own fish and cooking it, and I don't know, it just always seems to taste better. And again, just because we use grouper today, you can feel free to use sea trout, sheep's head, whiting, amberjack, kingfish, whatever fish you particularly like will work the same way. We just happen to use grouper today. That's my favorite. Again, thank you. See you next time.